Basically, what are we doing today?
I thought you were going to tell me.
Oh, no.
We're essentially going to do a demonstration of the Maserati signature set of plugins that I've conceived with Waves, and also Downtown Studios, Downtown Records, Downtown Studios on Broadway. It's going to be on display, brand new facility in New York City, and well, you're getting a good shot of New York City in December. Do I think that there's such a thing as the Tony Maserati sound? Yes, absolutely, there is. Just as there is the Bob Clearmountain sound, just as there is, the Guru sound, just as there is the Rich Trevally sound, the Manny Marroquin sound, the Dave Pensato sound, the Tom Lord Alge sound. Yeah, there is. It's our head. That's what I always claim that's what it is. It's where your ears are on your head, and maybe what hat you're wearing that day. When someone brings me a project, I get excited by the emotional quality of it. What is it that they're trying to convey emotionally? And that's always what I'm focused on. And that's what focus is about. That's what mixing is about, is trying to locate that emotional quality and then complement it, whether it be by bringing up, some guitar part that they themselves may not have considered to be that important, but I'm drawn to it because of the way that it's played and the performance of it. I did a lot of work with Bad Boy in the beginning, so I worked with Puffy a lot. And we did records for Total and for Biggie and for Faith Evans and Mary together, and he and I actually did the remix with Mariah that ODB was on. I've worked with Rich Harrison on Crazy in Love for Beyonce, and will.i.am on Black Eyed Peas, Ella Funk, and with Fergie on her solo record as well. And most recently, the Jason Mraz record. I do think that mixing is finding the focus, and it's finding the varieties of and the depth of focus that every song has. Hopefully, I don't choose the focus. Hopefully, it's recorded into the track. Hopefully, the artist, the singer, has given me clear indication. But there's also, instrumental things that I have to bring out that support that focus. So there's, in any musical piece, the depth of focus is part of what makes it rich, and that is supported by the vocalist and the instrumentation that he or she chooses to put behind the voice. To me, the outcome is always the same. I want to make it compelling. So I have to tell you that 85% of the tracks I get are challenging to work on for all of the reasons that challenging would imply. Whether that is because the tracks are not well recorded, or whether it's not obvious or implied in the recording where the focus should be. You know, when music is created, in this modern world, quite often it is created with the idea that many ideas for a song are recorded. Many. A variety of ideas are put on tape. And then they hire me to pick through them and to find the ones that complement the lyric, complement the performance. And we do it together. The producer does it. I'm very collaborative in that way. The producer, the artist, we do it together. We find the things that create the focus. Or I'll be working on something and the producer will be inspired and say, you know, there's another part here that you don't have up. Let's see if that complements this section that you're working on. So as I work, they hear things in my work that bring up ideas for them. There have been many occasions where I'll mix something and the producer or the artist will then say, that's taken it to a different place. Now I've got an idea that'll complement that. And we'll continue to mix the track. I'll work on something else for a day, and then they'll have added some things overnight. And we'll go back to that song and add some more things into the mix, because I've inspired them in a certain way, and then they bring in things that inspire me further. But the reality is it's all about getting the song to be compelling. There's a process before you start a mix, because you're communicating with the producer or the artist. Generally, they send me an MP3, which I listen to and try to get a sense of, you know, where it sits. And sometimes quite obvious, which is great, you know, musically, when it's clear, the artist was clear about his intention emotionally. And then essentially I just jump in and start working on a variety of things depending on what piques my interest. So I'll work on the drums because that's pretty natural. I need some sort of bed. To listen to the vocal, I need a bed. And I've got to get the drums to a place where you know, I can put some instruments on top and continue to massage it into something that supports the vocal and is compelling. That's the beginning.